Hey, my name is FreaKii. I'm an ex-professional Rocket League player and now professional coach. And in my 6 years as a professional player, I've accumulated well over 11,000 hours in this game. So these are my tips and tricks on working on the reverse tornado spins. The reverse tornado spin essentially is the complete opposite to the normal tornado spin, where instead of rotating just around your nose, you more so rotate around the position of the back of your car, keeping the back in a stable position, but your nose drastically changing its position to forwards, to the right, to the left, as well as even downwards. While the normal tornado spin keeps your nose in an upright position, the reverse tornado spin technically keeps you in a forwards position. When working with the tornado spin, you tilt your stick into the exact same direction of the arrow you're using. So when working with directional arrow to the right, you will tilt your stick perfectly to the right in a 90-degree angle, and your nose will slightly move forwards and downwards compared to the tornado spin where it moves upwards and forwards. This makes the tornado spin especially useful when trying to build a lot of momentum forwards in a very short time, as with an instant you basically tilt your nose forwards and downwards and therefore build momentum drastically into the direction you're facing to. This disqualifies the reverse tornado spin from continuous use and more so allows you to use it to make a drastic change of momentum when you require it. But when trying to hover in the air, I would strongly recommend that you keep working with the tornado spin. Don't get me wrong, the reverse tornado spin can technically still be used to keep hovering, but since you build a drastic amount of momentum forwards and often also slightly downwards, technically the neutral position should be in a 90-degree upwards facing motion rather than how it was in the tornado spin with your nose slightly facing forwards. As your nose moves forwards and downwards, even with the neutral position, technically you will build momentum forwards in a more instant way than you would with the tornado spin. Here as well, boost obviously does determine into which direction you build momentum. So anytime you boost more when your nose faces a specific direction, you will build momentum more into that direction. To practice this, I would strongly recommend that you try to get into the neutral hovering position and simply try to perform one full 100% reverse tornado spin to get the muscle memory in for how long you have to keep your stick pointed towards the right, as well as pressing your arrow right button. Changing the duration of a reverse tornado spin to either 25, 50, 75 or 125% allows you to point your nose into the direction of a turn. Working with arrow right, this means that any kind of 25% makes you point towards the right, and any kind of 75% turn makes you point towards the left. This is the complete opposite from the tornado spin, which is why the reverse tornado spin is its own specific mechanic. The reason why everything is somehow mirrored compared to the normal tornado spin is because instead of building momentum forwards and upwards, you technically build momentum forwards and downwards and therefore turn into the opposite directions. If you want the tornado spin to keep you hovering in the same position, you will require to start in a more tilted back neutral position. So technically you need to tilt your nose back as if you would want to build momentum into the direction you're facing from, and then instantly starting a reverse tornado spin, as this keeps you in the same position. Flying around the free play map and simply trying the different durations of a reverse tornado spin again can critically help understanding how a reverse tornado spin makes you build momentum to either the left or the right. Don't forget, since everything is technically mirrored to the tornado spin, your left turns are now a 75% spin and your right turns are now a 25 or 125% spin. Transferring this practice when you work with something like a rings map, Blephamis Giant Rings, Neon Heights Rings or Medieval Rings, it again works in a very simple way, simply building more momentum into a direction than you initially are used to when just working with a tornado spin. Make sure to not put any other inputs onto your stick besides perfectly towards the right, as Tilting your stick upright or left-right will make your nose behave slightly different from what you expect and possibly hurting the control you want to achieve. Every time your nose points into a specific direction, using boost at that time will make you build momentum into it. So again, when trying to fly slight turns, working with the reverse tornado spin, you will correctly have to time your boost utilization, making sure that when your nose points into the direction you need to build momentum to, you work with more boost than any other time. You can technically also use a reverse tornado spin in order to tilt your nose into the correct direction and then letting go of your stick pointed towards the right and just continue working with directional aero right. But since your nose could be in a downwards motion, it might be very hard actually continuing your height momentum, and therefore I would strongly recommend that you again build muscle memory for the full 100% spin and work with the adjustments to the right and towards the left to eventually transfer over into the remaining reverse tornado spin to level yourself. One of the most common reverse tornado spin utilizations when trying to work with the ball is any kind of flip reset setup, as when being in that position of having your nose face upwards and forwards at the same time, performing a 50% reverse tornado spin will literally make your car be level underneath the ball, so it has a perfect position for the ball to just bounce on top of you and generate that flip with your four wheels touching the ball at the same time. This makes the movement of air rolling and tilting your nose downwards simultaneous, and therefore is a faster way to set up a flip reset. For the proper flip reset setup, your car needs to be in almost a neutral position, having your nose slightly pointed upwards and forwards at the same time. Then you simply perform 50% of a reverse tornado spin, and after gaining the flip, continuing just working with air roll, so not finishing the reverse tornado spin a full 100%. The reason why the reverse tornado spin is so good to start a flip reset setup is, by the way, because it's the clean opposite of a tornado spin. It moves your nose forwards and downwards, while the tornado spin moves your nose forwards and upwards. Since we require our nose to be pointing downwards and therefore have a almost like upside down neutral position in the air for the ball to land on top of us, the reverse tornado spin is the easiest technique to utilize to get from an air dribble position into a flip reset setup position. Coming off the ceiling, working with a reverse tornado spin therefore also works in a way where you instantly tilt your nose back upwards. As falling off the ceiling, you will be upside down, so the reverse tornado spin is going to pull your nose back upwards compared to the tornado spin trying to pull it downwards. If you're trying to keep hovering after falling off the ceiling, the reverse tornado spin therefore immediately with a 50% spin is going to put you back into that hovering position for a normal air dribble. I hope that these tips and tricks help you properly learn and practice the reverse tornado spin and its utilizations for in-game scenarios. Thanks for watching.